Hi loves, welcome back to Eco Designs to Fit YouTube channel. My name is Chiwendo, and if this is your first time stumbling upon my channel, you are welcome. If you have been a returning viewer, you are also welcome. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys how to make your basic skirt block. It is going to be very simple and beginners friendly. So if this is what you would love to see, stay tuned until the end of this tutorial. So guys, here are the measurements you're going to be needing. You're going to be needing your waist measurement, hip, and then the length of your skirt. And also these are the materials you're going to be needing. Going to be needing your tape measure, your scissors, your ruler, your hip curve, and then marker for outlining your lines. Now guys, I have my pattern paper on top the table. Okay, so I have two pattern paper right here. One is going to be for the front and one for the back. So first of all, what you want to do is place your tape right at the top of your pattern paper, so that is going to serve as the waist points. Okay, so we are not going to be coming down by half an inch just because the paper is not enough, but if you have enough paper, you can actually come down by half an inch or 1 inch, which indicates your baseline. So from that top, which is the waistline, I'm going to go down to the standard of 8 inches hip point, and then 17 inches for the knee length, and then the length of this paper is going to be the length of my skirt, which is 24.5 inches. Now guys, once you are done with this, you want to square up your lines. So you can see what I am doing. Square it to the center of your skirt. Okay, and then from there you're going to have to label your lines so that you won't get yourself confused. So I have the waist point, the hip point, the knee point, and then the length of the skirt. Now from here, what you want to do next is divide all your body measurement by 4. All right, so we are going to start from the waist. Now the waist, my round waist is 40 inches. So what I want to do is go ahead and divide this 40 inches by 4, and it's going to give me 10. All right, I'm equally going to divide the hip measurement by 4, which is 45 divided by 4, and it's going to give me 11.25. So now for the waists, which is 10, I'm going to be adding extra 1 inch for the dart intake, and I'm going to mark, and then down to the hip, I'm going to mark 11.25 inches, and all this is going to start from the center of my skirt. Okay, now for the knee, you are going to have to minus 6 inches from your hip circumference. Okay, which will give us 39 inches. Then this 39 inches, you're going to have to divide it by 4, and it's going to give 9.75 inches. So 9.75 inches is going to be our knee circumference. All right, now whatever you have on your knee, go ahead and connect it down to the hem of your skirt or the length of your skirts. All right, so now that we are done with all of this, you're going to have to connect all your points together. So I'm going to start from the waist down to the hip, and then from the hip I'm going to connect down to the knee, and then from the knee I'm going to connect down to the length of my skirts. All right, so now once we are done with all of this, next thing you want to do is to take in your dart, and to do that we are going to be using our bust span measurements, or what you know as your nipple to nipple measurement. So I'm going to be using 9. So what you want to do is divide 9 into 2, and from the center of your skirt you're going to have to mark on the waistline 4.5 inches. Equally do that on the hip line so that you make sure that you have a straight line, and from the hip point you're going to have to come up by 2 inches. Okay, that is where our dart for the front is going to stop. That is the depth of the dart, all right, or the length, whichever it is you want to call it. And now you are going to go back to the waistline and then take out from this 4.5 inches mark half an inch from both sides. Okay, and then you connect your dart leg and then go ahead and cut out your front block. So you guys, you can see this is our front block. Now we are going to go over to the back. Now the difference between the back and the front is just the length of the dart and then the zipper allowance. Okay, so from the center of the back you're going to have to mark 2 inches inwards. Okay, and that is going to serve as a zipper allowance, as you can see me labeling right here. Okay, so you can see I have my zipper allowance. Now you want to go ahead and bring in the front block, and then you're going to have to place it right after the zipper allowance, just like you can see me doing, and then note all your important lines, which are the hip line, the knee points. Okay, and then you're going to have to go ahead and cut it out, just as you can see me doing right now. Now once you are done, what you want to do next is go ahead and remove the front block. All right, and then I'm going to make the hip line and the knee line visible enough for you guys to see. Now once you are done with this, go over to the waistline. Okay, and then mark out the darts, which is your nipple to nipple measurement 4.5, and then from the hip line go up by 1 inch. That is exactly where the length of the dart is going to stop for the back, and then connect to the waist, and you're going to have to take in half an inch from both sides. Okay, and then go ahead and connect your dart legs. Now that you are done, what I like doing on the zipper allowance is on the waistline I'm going to take 1 inch, and on the hip I'm going to take 1.5 inches, and on the knee I'm going to take 1 inch, and I'm going to connect all these lines together. So what I actually did here was to add butt allowance so that sitting wouldn't be that difficult. Okay, there will be room for your butt to accommodate around your butt region. Okay, so guys, this is what the back block looks like, and this is the front. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and label the back B and then the front F. All right, so guys, once I'm done with this, I'm going to remove the back block, and you guys, this is what I love to do to the front of my skirts. Now on the waistline I'm going to come down by 1.5 inches and then connect this to the waist back again. Okay, just as you can see me do. So what this does is it helps the front of your skirt relax properly well around the stomach. Okay, and basically if you had to sew this into a skirt, you have to cut this out before you fix in your band. Okay, so you guys, here is exactly how to cut out your basic skirt block. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.